this episode of DAX Starting Out, we look at iterator functions. These functions calculate an expression over a table or a column and return a single value. They work by iterating over each row of a table and performing a specific calculation on each row. The functions we'll use today are SUMX, AVERAGEX, MINX, and MAXX, where the X indicates the function is an iterator. Before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on any videos, or hit the thumbs up if you like the content. Otherwise, drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is our data set from episode 1. We're going to rename the calculated columns. We're just going to prefix them with a CC underscore so we can distinguish between the columns. In the report view, we maintain the same table and remove the measure attributes. We add a country slicer, a table for business unit parent to add our measures to, and an empty multi-card visual. Our measures, or our aggregated measures we calculated in episode 1, remain the same. Nothing's changed there. The first iterator function we'll look at today is SUMX, which takes two parameters, a table and an expression, to iterate over the table. First measure we'll use will be premium. We'll start off with a SUMX for premium, iterating over the DAX starting out dataset, calculating the sum of premium. So create our measure, MX premium, SUMX as our function, the table, DAX starting out data, followed by the premium attribute within the table. Close bracket, hit return. Measure is saved. Add both the premium aggregation measure and the SUMX measure, or the iterator, and the two values should be the same. We're just doing one slightly different from the other. Add that to our business unit parent table. Totals should be the same. Now let's add it to our multi-card. Next we'll look at claims incurred, which is the addition of claims outstanding plus claims paid. We've already created a measure for it using measures we've created previously, aggregation measures. And here we'll create another aggregation measure using sum, but over the calculated column that we've created previously. Just add the calculated column in. If we now add in the calculated column, including the two aggregation measures that we've created, 3 columns should equal the same. Just do some formatting. To the business unit parent, we'll add the calculated column and the two measures as well to get the same answers but at different splits. Now let's use SUMX to get the same result for incurred. We create our measure, MMX, claims incurred, equal to the SUMX of our table, DAX starting out data. And this time we add our claims outstanding attribute to our claims paid attribute. Hit return. That measure saved. If we now add that measure to both the tables, we should see the same results. To our card, we can add our aggregation claims incurred along with our SUMX. Next calculation we'll look at is loss ratio. We've already created a measure for that where claims incurred divide by premium. We'll add that to the tables. Next, we'll look at finding the minimum loss ratio. We'll do that first using the min aggregation function. And we'll first try and use that against the min loss ratio measure that we've created. And when we try and save this, you'll notice we'll get an error. The min aggregation function can only be used over a column reference, not over a measure. So let's replace that measure with the calculated column, which is CC claims incurred. And now that should work. So if we now add that to our tables, convert them to percentages, one decimal place, we now have the min loss ratio per policy and the min loss ratio per business unit parent. Now let's achieve the same results using MINX. MINX as the function. Table is DAX starting out data. And this time we divide the addition of claims outstanding plus claims paid, comma, and then we divide by the premium. So the MINX function is allowing us to iterate over each row and sum or add the claims outstanding with claims paid and then divide by the premium. If we now add that to the table, that should give us the same results as the calculated column. We can now add to our visual multicard to ensure the final results are the same. Now let's do the same for MAXX and AVERAGEX for loss ratio. With all the measures added, you can now filter and slice by country. Now let's look at how some of these measures can be automatically created for you by going over to the DAX Query View. Right-click on the claims incurred measure we created earlier and select Define and Evaluate. This will automatically create the DAX script in order to evaluate the claims incurred expression. If we format the query, it makes it more readable, and you'll see the SUMX includes the table including the addition of claims outstanding with claims paid. And then it evaluates using a summarize columns function, which summarizes the measure over the table with the final result at the bottom. If we do the same for the min loss ratio, format the code, and we get the same result for MINX. Same for MAXX and the AVERAGEX. Hopefully that was useful. If so, please subscribe or give us a thumbs up, or leave any thoughts, comments in the comments below. Many thanks.